How do you advertise a multifamily real estate syndication? How do you solicit investor funds for that investment? That's a great question. And if you do things wrong, you could end up in some serious trouble. And if you don't do things quite the right way, you might not raise any money at all. And that's exactly what we're covering in this video, how you can actually market a syndication. So make sure you hit the subscribe button right now so you don't miss more videos about building wealth through multifamily real estate. I'm Seth Ferguson. Let's get right into it and talk about syndication marketing. Before we get into the actual marketing of the syndication, we have to understand how we are raising money. Now, chances are if you're raising equity for a real estate syndication or any real estate project, you're going to be working in what's called the exempt market. So we'll just call it EM for short, so I don't have to write my chicken scratch, and you guys won't be able to read it anyway if you're a fan of these videos. My whiteboard writing gets pretty messy. So you're going to be working on the exempt market. And what does the exempt market mean? Well, it means that the person with the offering is exempt from filing what's called a prospectus. Now, the terminology I can change slightly depending on if you're on the Canadian side or the US side of the border, but basically publicly traded companies with general securities, you have to file a prospectus. But on the exempt market, you are exempt from doing so because you're raising money from a very specific type of person. And that's an accredited investor. And I'll put a link right up here to a video I did explaining all about accredited investors. So if you're raising private equity capital for your real estate investment and you're syndicating the deal, or if you have a fund, your chances are you're going to be raising it from an accredited investor. So this is where the type of offering gets really important, and we have to talk about some legislation. Now, obviously, you have to consult your securities lawyer because they will know your situation and where the money is coming from the best, not me here on YouTube. When we talk about raising capital, we have to talk about some different securities laws. Now, in Canada, securities are a provincial affair. So each province will have slightly different rules when it comes to raising money. In the United States, you have federal plus state laws for securities. So you always have to be very careful and consult a securities attorney before you raise any money whatsoever so you stay compliant. Now, that being said, generally speaking, now there are exceptions, but generally speaking, if you are raising money from the exempt market here, working with accredited investors, generally speaking, you are not allowed to publicly solicit or publicly advertise your syndication. So you're not going to see it on TV, you're not going to see it on the radio, online, that sort of stuff. I know a lot of times online, you go on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, people are basically in contravention of the securities laws by soliciting funds for the syndication without having the right type of offering. It happens all the time, but it's always better to follow the law, be compliant, and nobody will get in trouble that way. It's a slippery slope, and if something goes wrong, you're toast. So please always stay compliant when it comes to raising money and consult your attorney. So if we can't publicly advertise, generally speaking, your syndication, how can you actually attract investors and raise money? That is a great question. It all comes back to a funnel here. So with your funnel, if you can't go out and advertise your syndication, there's 506C. We won't even get into that, and that's for the American Securities Laws. We won't even get into that. But if you can't advertise publicly your opportunity, what can you do? Well, first of all, you need to create something called a lead magnet. And you'll hear things terms like top of funnel. This is the funnel itself, and this is the top of the funnel where everything's kind of going into the funnel. What a lead magnet does is it's something of value. Somebody interested in investing in real estate would find helpful, and they would actually give you some information. That could be a video series, that could be an ebook, that could be some workshop, that could be a worksheet, a calculator, a case study, you name it. It's something that's valuable to that prospect, right? That lead coming in. So you offer this lead magnet and you ask for information in exchange for that lead magnet. Whether you can do snail mail stuff, so you get their mailing address, their name. You might do emails, phone numbers, you name it. It's up to you, however you want to do it. And basically, how valuable your lead magnet is will dictate what type of information the person will want to give you. So once you have that lead magnet, you have a prospect. And now you have to turn that prospect into a lead. So now you have to qualify them and find out what are they looking for? Are they really a good fit? Are you a good fit for them? What type of investments? How much money do they have? Do they actually meet the accredited investor criteria? If that's how you're choosing to raise your money. All these sort of things. So you have to qualify them first. Once you qualify them, they're not going to give you a check for $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 right away. You have to develop a rapport with them and build expertise. Show off that you know what you're doing, you're competent, you have the experience, you have the team, and you know what you're doing, to make them actually feel confident to actually invest with you in your opportunity. So once you qualify them, we're going to move later on down the funnel here, and we can call it rapport. Let's call it rapport, where you're showing your expertise, you're telling them how you work, why you do certain things, showing past case studies. You're going to be having conversations with them on an ongoing basis, really building that relationship. And it's all going to lead down to you presenting an opportunity. This is when you say, hey, listen, Mr. or Mrs. Investor, I have this deal coming up. I have it under contract. It looks really good. This is where I see the property going. This is where we can add value to it. This is why I like this one, this market, this opportunity. This is the team. Would you be interested? You're presenting them an opportunity. You can't present them on an opportunity way up here because you haven't done any of the steps. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they're looking for. They have no idea who you are. They don't trust you. So these steps here are so important and will lead to you presenting an opportunity. And once you present the opportunity, they can invest. And then that is when the money changes hands, and then you can actually go out and do the deal. So this is how you market your syndication without actually marketing your investment opportunity, your specific opportunity, because depending on the type of offering you have, that would not be compliant, and we never want to do something that is not compliant. So when in doubt, check with your securities attorney. This marketing funnel right here for raising capital, this is the secret sauce for how to attract investors and convert them to an investor. And if you are somebody who is a ground zero, you haven't done your first multifamily deal yet, and you want to get your first deal done, we have a program called Discover Multifamily. We actually just started the cohort last week, so you can actually hop in with us and complete the rest of the program. We'll get you all caught up. So go to callseth.com and fill out the short application form, and we'll see if it's a good fit for you, and vice versa. But if you are looking to get your first deal done and you need some help, if you want a repeatable process, a framework to follow, and all the different details worked out with you along the way, go to callseth.com, set up a quick call, and we'll get you into the latest Discover Multifamily cohort. It's a great group of people. We're having so much fun learning a lot, and everybody is well on their way to taking the necessary steps, the action it takes to get their first deal done. So if you like this video, if you found this useful, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and until next time, happy investing.